Today, I'm joined by two-time Grammy Award winner, five-time nominee Colbie Caillat, whose amazing timeless hits like Bubbly, Realize, and her famous duo with Jason Mraz, Lucky, have earned her over 25 billion streams worldwide. Colbie has recently released her most imaginative and collaborative project yet, called This Time Around. It is all of her biggest hits reimagined, some original songs, all joined together with some of her closest friends and fellow artists. Colbie, welcome to the show!
Hi, beautiful intro. Thank you for saying all of that.
Well, it's all so true and so well deserved. And first of all, I have to say, I love your writing style. I love your story. First of all, I wanna just touch on childhood real quick because you kind of have an interesting story. Your dad is a Fleetwood Mac producer, and so you grew up around music, right?
Yeah, I did. My dad produced Rumors and Tusk albums with the band, and so he was always in the studio. He was engineering and mixing and producing, and had a record label. So I was always around it, and we had a console like on our pool table in the living room where he was always remixing things, and so it's always been
Amazing.
in my world. And I think because my parents were in the industry and they knew how much I loved singing, they were really helpful, giving me all the tools I needed to be an artist if that was the route I wanted to
Wow.
take.
Yeah, and what a leg up. I mean, that's insane. So you're both of your parents. What did your mom do?
My mom worked at the studio. That's how they met. So my mom worked at the studio where my dad was recording Fleetwood Mac, and they were all I had a group of friends. And my mom actually has a really pretty voice. But yeah, so she's
Wow.
just been instrumental in everything with his career and my career.
That's so cool. I didn't know that part about your mom. I did know that about your dad. That's really,
Yeah.
really amazing. So you have a kind of a similar story to me in regards to singing, and I'd love for you to talk a little bit about like what you tried and what didn't click, and how you sort of found voice lessons.
Well, my one of my parents' friends, she was an incredible singer, and she was a
Hmm.
studio singer, and she lived near us, and she became my vocal coach,
Hmm.
and she just helped me gain some confidence in singing, and strengthening my voice and learning warm ups and cool
Hmm.
downs, and making me just do all the awkward, annoying sounding vocal warm-ups that you think are embarrassing, but they're really beneficial to,
Yes.
strengthening your voice. And so, yeah, that was important in my early years because I really didn't know what I was doing singing.
Well, nobody knows at that age what they're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Sometimes we still don't know and we figure it out as we go, right?
Yeah.
I thought that something that I learned about you was funny how you were inspired to sing from Sister Act 2, Lauryn Hill's performance.
Yes, I
And I'm
was.
not kidding you, when she sang His Eye is on the Sparrow, that's when I was like, "Oh, I need to be able to do that. Like that's baller. Can I sing like that?" Like I was already
Honestly.
singing, but when I saw that, I was like, so
Yeah.
it's funny that was your
I
girl. That
love
was your
that
thing.
that inspired you too. The way she sang, and it's only for like what, like 45 seconds or a minute or something. It's so short, it's so sweet and soulful. And I think what I loved about it too, that felt like I felt seen, is that she really didn't want to sing in front of people. She was opening up because she didn't think anyone was listening. And then this like beautiful
Yeah.
voice came out, and it was so special. So that was, yeah, one of my biggest influences.
Yeah, iconic and impactful, honestly. And I love that you actually picked up on the fact that she was kind of doing it for herself and for the
Hmm.
Lord in the video. That's so great. Whatever happened to her, by the way, Lauren? If you're watching, you need to come back out with some stuff, girl. We miss you.
I know,
Do a
Miseducation
reprise.
of Lauryn Hill was so good.
So you also had an interesting experience with MySpace, and I think that's actually one of the most interesting things I've read about someone on social media in a while is that you kind of got your start. Is it true on MySpace?
I did, yeah. It was a unexpected thing. One of my friends helped me make a page and uploaded my songs that were demos, and I really didn't know what it could do or how fast it was going to happen. And people started listening to my songs over, that year, and then I became the top unsigned artist, and I got a record deal and went on tour that next summer. It's bizarre.
That's and for those of you who are like maybe a little younger and don't know what MySpace is, it's basically the OG before Facebook. Okay. So there you go. We've aged
Yep.
ourselves, Colby, but like that is wild and so funny. So you kind of have your friend to thank also for that deal, don't you?
Lots of people to thank. It's interesting how so many things have to fall in place for something amazing to happen. And it was just the timing of writing that song and meeting my friend who I started writing songs with and learning how to play guitar. And then my friend from high school making me a MySpace page. And um, just my dad knew my manager who became my manager, and all these things that just like aligned so perfectly at that time when it was needed.
Right. I think you're right. Timing does have a lot to do with it. And also consistency and not giving up. But what do you think from that kind of like catapult? I got signed from MySpace to now. What do you think has been kind of like the most difficult part of it for you in this artistic journey?
I mean, I've always spoken about how I've had stage fright and how it was very crippling for a huge part of
Mm,
my career. I
so
would say
crazy.
that was something that was hard because it not only was scary, but I didn't enjoy the process as much as I think other artists did or would have,
Mm,
because it changed how I sang because I was so nervous. I would either not sing my vocals properly, or I'd forget the lines of my song, or I wouldn't know how to talk to people on stage or in interviews. And so all of it was just really really challenging, and it took me many years to overcome that and kind of be more comfortable in my skin and learn how to sing in front of people and talk in front of people. And it was a huge, like a very long journey with that. So I would say that was the most challenging part of my career.
So I'm fascinated first of all by the fact that you say you got over that because it is like a phobia actually.
Yeah.
And I've actually done a lot of research on it because I'm a vocal coach and there's students that have come to me with amazing talent too and they're like frozen in time, right? And you
Hmm.
don't show up as your truest self. And it's this very frustrating feeling. I equate it to when you dream that you need to run somewhere and you're running but you're not going anywhere. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like I want to show up but I can't, like the words. And so I did this video. I have a phobia of snakes and I was like, well, if
Yeah.
I can prove that I can sing with snakes on me to incite, because I don't have stage fright, but if I can sort of incite stage fright by putting snakes on me while I sing, I bet I can prove to people that you can get over this by using these certain
That's
things that are
interesting.
like clinically proven to
Yeah.
help. And so that's a video you can watch. You'd probably appreciate it. Just
I
look up
would
Tara Simons
absolutely
with snakes or
appreciate that.
something, stage fright. But I'm curious to know what you did to get over it because I mean, you do podcasts, you tour, I mean, you're highly acclaimed artist. So was there a moment or was it just reps over time for you that did that?
I think it was reps over time. I also had a stage coach. I also had a therapist. I also had would drink a little whiskey before I'd go on stage, or
Yeah.
there was all the tools. My stage coach had also told me to like look in the mirror before you go out and tell yourself five great things about yourself, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be about looks. It can just be something to ground you and make you feel that confidence. And then ultimately, I really attribute it to my song Try. When I wrote my song Try and was expressing how I felt as a female and in the industry and how scary it was. And then I started talking to my audience about that. It
Mm,
truly, like, I think because of how I was taught at the beginning of my career to like hide all of that, it made me feel even more insecure and scared of it. And once I started just opening up, being like, hey, I'm nervous and I'm, introverted and sometimes I don't want to be up here. Like everyone loved it. And then I actually was like, oh, that felt freeing. And then I felt more
wow.
comfortable. So I think like allowing myself to be myself helped as well.
Mm. So for you introvert singers out there watching, you
Yes.
can be on stage and still be an introvert and be okay with that. And not only, Colby, for people who don't know, did you have an amazing breakthrough with Try, but you did it without makeup.
Yeah, that was.
Super vulnerable in the video, right? I mean, you just like, I feel like when you decided to go for it, you just went all that way, like all the way over that way.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking, there all the bright lights and high definition, and especially going from having full glam to show what a lot of us artists do occasionally, with Photoshop and extensions and makeup and eyelashes,
Yeah.
everything, to then going bare. It's like the contrast can be quite shocking, but it's, we all look that way, so it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And I just, something that I highly value is authenticity and vulnerability.
yeah,
Um, Also integrity. And I find that
yes.
actually what you did was all three in that moment. And I love that as an artist, that's part of your brand. And as a woman, I thank you for being so brave and doing something like
Thank
that.
you for saying that. That means a lot to me. I
Yeah.
agree with those things. Those are very
Yeah.
important. All three, yeah.
People are following you and you're kind of teaching people how to be in a way, subconsciously and subliminally. And I think it's really important to, when you know you have a light to shine, let it be a bright good one.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, you said you were taught to hide it. Who or what taught you to hide?
Honestly, I think at that time, like, I was talking about it earlier today too with someone about how American Idol used to be so cruel to the contestants, and I feel like it was just something that people would like poke fun, or you'd have to be flawless, or they were going to point out everything about you. Not just American Idol, but I think my record label at the time, they were hoping and encouraging I would be a little different. Even Stagecoach, even a lot, like, just it's the way of the music industry at that time. That's just what I think they were expecting of artists and women. And so it made
Yes.
me feel even more insecure because they kept wanting to change me. And so, but that wasn't why I got recognized in the first place. And so I felt very
That's so good.
conflicted. And I do think you're supposed to evolve and,
Sure.
allow growth and change, but some of it was, it just felt, it just didn't feel good. So I think it impacted that fear even more.
Yes.
So yeah, and I think the times have changed now too with artists and with the way people perceive them, and what fans love about the vulnerability and letting artists be exactly who they are, whether it's a ton of makeup or no makeup, as long as it's authentic to them.
100%. And I have unfortunately had the same experience. And I do feel like instead of evolving, it's more like a devolving.
Hmm.
And the game is so different now because you don't need $100,000 to make an album and break it. Like you can record
Yeah,
in your bedroom if you're
yeah,
scrappy enough, like
it's true.
Billy and her brother. And so I feel like it's kind of leveled the playing field a lot. And the need to kind of kowtow to what the labels demanded in order for them to be feeling good about the likelihood of them recouping their money is totally different now.
It's very different. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to move on to a very exciting topic, which is your new album this time around. And I just feel like it's so full of, first of all, amazing collabs. Like, I don't know how you pulled off so many amazing collabs in one album.
It was
It's
hard.
so unique. Yeah, like even the logistics of that. I was thinking of all the artists and like I do original collabs too, and I'm starting to get more into it. And I'm like, my gosh, that is so many schedules and calendars and like,
Yeah.
oh my, how did you do it?
It's been a challenge for me and my team, because yeah, there was 12 different artists to work with schedules and their release dates and their touring schedule and legalities, and yeah,
Yes.
it's taken like almost 2 years, to make this record, so I'm ready for it
Wow.
to come out. It's been also fun getting to work with artists that I love their voices, I love their music. We're
Yeah.
also friends, so it's that part has made it fun, but it has been really drawn out.
Yeah. So, okay, tell me about the logistics of it. Let's say Marin, for instance, your duet with her. Um, how did that go? Tell me behind the scenes. Like, was it a, hey girl, want to do a collab and then like have your people call my people? And then what was the recording process like and all of that? Tell me the logistics. We
Okay.
want to know.
So for that one in particular, Marin and I like knew of each other in Nashville, but we weren't like technically friends with each other's phone
Okay.
numbers. So my producer is one of her producers and one of her friends. And so He knew how much I love her voice and her music, and he was like, I'll just text her. So he asked her, and she said yes,
Casual.
and she chose Fallen for You to sing on, which was so cool for me because, like, it's nice when not only they want to, but they have a song that they resonate with.
Sure.
Um, and so we scheduled the date, and she came in the studio, and she was sweet and beautiful, no makeup and pajamas, and she
Love it.
came so prepared. She had all these harmonies, all these ad libs, this really great idea for the bridge, and I mean, her voice is spectacular. So we
Yeah.
recorded it really, really quickly. Yeah, that was how
Okay.
that one happened. But
So
the
you
rest
guys
of
got to do it in person then. You
yeah,
you recorded it. Okay.
the
Were
whole
there any that was asynchronistic?
every song on the album, well, 10 of them we recorded there in Nashville with me and the artist were all in the room together.
Okay.
And then the only two that weren't was Jason Mraz. He had to record from his studio in California, and Amos Lee from his studio in Pennsylvania. So those are the only two we weren't together for. But yeah, mostly the rest of the collabs I texted and, we're friends, and I asked if they would sing on my songs.
That's amazing. So for the ones that were asynchronistic, Jason and Amos, who recorded their side first? Was it you and then you're like, "Hey, fill in your part," or yeah?
Yeah, so I had everything recorded and then would send the songs to the artist and ask like, "Hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm doing. I would love to have you on it. What are your thoughts?" And then yeah. So Jason though, he was more involved obviously because we wrote that song together, and I wanted to ask him if he was also okay with me re-recording it. So that one was different. I had him involved at the very top of how we were going to produce it and everything going around it. With Amos, I asked him to sing on it, and then I sent him the completed version to add his vocal to.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so I find that when you record asynchronistically, it's kind of like vocal chicken. Like sometimes it's like the other person's like, well, okay, well, do you want to lay down your side first? I'm like, well, sure, but I'm happy for you to. And they're like, sure, whatever.
No,
And you're
you
just sort of
go.
like,
No, you.
yeah, you. I honestly feel like though it's harder to be the first person. Do you feel that way?
It is because like it depends if it's a new song too, because you're trying to
Right.
like you don't entirely know the melodies enough yet. You haven't been singing it for a while. But I also think if you do it after and they did a great job, you're like, oh God, I better step up now. So
Valid,
both
valid.
both ways can be nerve wracking.
You know what? That did happen to me once too. And I actually said to my producer, I'm like, well, I don't even want to sing on this. It's great just as it is. Like, they don't need
Yeah,
me in
why would I
this.
even? They don't need me. Yeah.
Right. It's so good. In fact, I just want to listen to it again. Turn off the mic. That's valid. That's actually a really good point. I forgot about that time. So, I don't know if you've ever been asked this, but like, why are you doing music, Colby?
That's a great question. Um, I always just loved singing, and then I really loved writing because it's therapeutic. And then it kind of turned into I was in it. Like I was just in it, and you're kind of expected to do more, and why would you not? And so there's parts of it where I didn't necessarily want to keep doing it, but needed to or felt like I should, but then in the process was happy that I was doing it. I was glad I was
Yeah.
encouraged to keep doing it. And I will say I'm at a point now where I don't know how much like I want to keep writing necessarily. I'm not saying I never will or I won't put music out, but I just don't know how much I am passionate about it anymore. I think I might need something else to be passionate about for a little bit,
Mm,
to feel renewed, I guess. That's where I'm at
interesting.
musically.
Sure, I get that. And well, you've been doing it for a while too, and
Yeah.
well. Is there anything that you kind of have your eye or your heart on that you're thinking about?
I mean, I always say this. I want to like start an animal shelter and like be working with animals and feel like I'm actually like helping, doing something, giving back. And I also think it'd be great to be involved, like start a restaurant or a company or something where you're able to be putting in your time and love and creative into that, like just a different world, not just being about music. So those are
Mm.
things that I talk about doing. I haven't started doing them though.
Are you entrepreneurial?
Maybe with ideas, but as far as like execution, no, that's where I need someone else to help me kind of put things in place. Otherwise, it'll just
Yeah.
stay as an idea.
You're the vision caster. I got it. Well, there's function for all of that, and that actually is a function. Like there are people in roles that literally that's their job is just cast the
And they're
vision,
so good at it. Yeah,
and then there's people like CEOs or COOs who then just take that and run with it. So you just
exactly.
find your people.
Partnership.
But I love that. Yeah, exactly. Going back, I know this is a tough question too, but I got to ask it. I know it's like asking to choose between children. Out of those 12 songs, what are your top like one to two? Like, oh, this one I just love so much. I'm sorry for asking.
No, oh my God, of course there. I think that it always changes too, our favorites of our songs. I think right now Fallen for You is I really love it. I love how the production is. I love Marin's voice. Um, Circles with Gavin DeGraw is also one that I love listening to.
It's
And I know we
beautiful.
didn't write that one, but I love his voice and I love the
Yes.
production of it. Um,
And you two, I have to interject and say, sound so beautiful together. I love the texture and tonality of each of your voices individually, but when I hear them together, I was like, oh, it's like something else special happens. It was
Oh, good.
amazing.
Thank you. Gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
he's an unbelievable singer and one of my
Yes.
great friends. And yeah, we have a Christmas tour together this winter,
Oh,
which is
fun.
gonna be really fun. But my song with Lee Brice, that's one that I was so excited about. We wrote it
Mm,
together. I love his music. He's one of the coolest dudes, and
wow.
yeah, released that like last month. So that's one that I love listening to.
That's so amazing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's basically like having to choose between children, and they're all awesome. I got the privilege of listening early, and guys, you got to go get it. I mean, go stream it, put it on your favorite playlist, and listen to it every day because it's just really. I think probably I know like bubbly, like you've gotten huge notoriety for these specific songs, but I personally feel like your work in this is like a fine wine. It's like had time to
Mm.
sit and marinate. Like you as an artist have grown into this settledness that you can hear. Like there's a groundedness in your voice.
Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you.
It's just I was like, what? And I went back too and I listened to Bubbly and realized, and I was like, I mean, I know it's the same singer, but there's this little tweak of difference that makes all the difference. And they're great, but I really love this work, this project that you've done.
Thank you. I think, I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to reimagine these old songs too,
Hmm.
is because I recorded them so long ago and
Yeah.
that was at the time what was right. And I was, even vocally,
Yes.
I was a new singer too. And
Hmm.
I've been singing them for 18 years and I sing them differently on stage now. And I think
Yeah.
I wanted that updated version of what people listen to. So.
100%. If there's anything that you could tell your younger Colby looking back on all of this and that hindsight 2020 thing, what would you tell her now?
Enjoy the process, enjoy the ride more.
Mm,
And yeah, just don't be so hard on yourself also. I think both of those
mm.
things would have been nice to feel and know.
During the whole Idol season, because for those of you who don't know, Colby was rejected by Idol somehow. You're not the first person on this podcast, by the way, to have that story. But do you feel like that was a time in your life where you might have been more hard on yourself than you needed to be, where you were kind of asking questions like why? And
No, not honestly at that time I was I think I was 19 and
mhm.
I didn't I had just written Bubbly actually, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do and I didn't want to be on the TV show. My friends and my family encouraged me to audition. I wasn't like, why didn't like I did a bad audition. I was nervous. It wasn't great. Like I totally understood it. So
Okay,
I wasn't hard on myself with that at all.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that actually. It's really astute of you to be objective about like, hey, it just wasn't a great audition. It wasn't my best. So
Totally.
yeah, it is a competition after all, right? So
Yeah.
you mentioned Bubbly, and that was around the time you wrote it. It's been some years. It's still an amazing song. Like you said, it was great for that time. What's your relationship to that song now? I know sometimes artists can be like, oh, if I have to ever hear that song again, but like I'm curious to know, I mean, do you even know how many times you've sung it live and what you feel about that song now if someone asks you to sing it?
Now I still enjoy it. There was a time maybe in the first like 2 years, I think, or 3 years that I was singing it more than you could ever imagine with, being on tour and doing TV and
Right.
everything. And then I think I got sick of it at that point. But over time, no, like I love when the audience sings with me. I love, it's an easy
Yeah.
song to sing. I love that I
Yes.
I wrote it mostly by myself. I can play it on guitar by myself, and it's one of those that I feel like it's like a great friend that you always have. So it
That's
feels,
so good.
yeah, it is. I'm glad I have that relationship with it. So yeah,
Yes. I'm
so
glad you have that relationship with it too.
yeah.
Yeah, it sort of stands on its own. That's great that you can sing and play it. I actually I wonder about that too. Like you're really smart, by the way, in the way that you write and the way that you sing. Like you're really smart. You're one of those singers who like you made a hit song that you could probably wake up and straight up in the morning sing. That's so smart. You didn't write an I Will Always Love You where you're like squeezing your butt cheeks to survive on the high
Yeah.
notes, you know?
Yeah.
Like brava, kudos to you. Also, was that intentional in your career? Like, were you like, I'm not gonna kill myself here. I'm gonna make easy listening, like songs that I can just wake up like this and sing? Or is that your style, or was it intentional?
I just think it's what happened when I would open when I just started singing when I was playing guitar and that's what came out. I think that's what has always been my favorite part about songwriting is it really is like therapeutic in the release. So I'm not thinking about what I'm writing necessarily. Sometimes just words fall out or someone will be playing guitar and I'll just start humming a melody and I don't even realize it. And then they're like, ooh, that was a cool melody. And we'll go with it. It's not
Nice.
necessarily thought out or planned. So I think it's got to be a feeling for me, just something that naturally comes out. And then I also collaborate with writers and they add a brilliant side to these songs lyrically,
Oh
melodically.
yeah.
So that's something that, I've been grateful, lucky to get to collaborate with really great writers as well.
In collaborating, do you find that your strong suit is melody hook writing or lyricist?
I think more melody for me. Melody or concept. I'd say like lyrically, I definitely have had moments where I've been proud of what I've written, but a lot of times I feel like getting the words properly in order, concise, that clever twist that, country writing has. I
Oh,
think that
so
happens
many.
occasionally for me, but it's not something that I can rely on myself with. I feel like I'm always hoping that my co-writer will bring in some of those.
Bring up the yeah,
Yeah.
help me out here. Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
that's what they exist for. I have a lightning round of questions for you.
Okay.
You might have an existential crisis. I'm not sure. I'm
I
sorry if you
might.
do. You'll be great. You'll be fine. Are you ready for the lightning round, Colby?
Ready.
Okay, let's go. What's a genre you're afraid to sing in?
Opera. I don't.
Great. That's good. I can see it. Okay. Person you'd most want to do a duet with, dead or alive?
Uh, Chris Martin.
Okay. Okay, yes. Would you rather be in a recording studio or singing live on a stage?
Recording studio.
Okay. I think kind of me same. If you could instantly master one random instrument, what would it be?
Does it have to be a random instrument or just
No,
an instrument?
just
Honestly,
one instrument.
guitar.
Wait.
I can lightly play. I would love to be like a badass guitar player.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. I feel like that's a very possible thing though that you could do. I'm just saying. But okay. Ooh, this one is a tough one. Okay. If your life were a song title, what would it be? I know, I'm sorry.
Um, if it was, I don't know. See, I need to be prepared with some things.
That's the whole point. It's not lightning round if you're prepared.
How about I don't know if this is accurate, but the "Take It Easy" by the Eagles, right?
This is not easy. Sorry. If you had to describe your voice in 3 words, what would you say?
Oh my God. To describe your own voice,
Yes, quickly.
um, you know, it's something I'm gonna take it what my aunt had said my voice sounded like. She said it sounds like honey flowing over rocks. It's like raspy but sweet, and I thought that was a cool and kind of accurate. It's very raspy. It's very low.
Well, it's
It's
honey flowing. It's four, but we'll take it because that's really good imagery. Like,
yeah,
are you sure your
honey
aunt
on
shouldn't be a
rocks.
lyricist? Oh, honey on rocks.
Maybe
Yes.
let's say that.
Honey on Rocks. That needs to be a song also, by the way. Little inspo for you there. Okay. Well, we actually did this. If you could give yourself your younger self one piece of advice, would it be? Would you say anything else?
Have fun.
Enjoy the journey. Yeah, have
Yeah.
fun. Take it easy.
Take it easy, honestly. Don't stress so much.
Okay, this one's fun. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, flying.
Abso-freaking-lutely. I
Yeah.
feel like that's everybody's. I
Yeah.
definitely want to fly for
Yeah.
sure. What's the one thing you want to be remembered for?
How I make people feel.
And how do you hope you make people feel?
Understood and loved.
I love that. I just love you, Colby. You have such a, like I said it before, your voice echoes what I feel like is your disposition and your spirit, which is you're just so peaceful and grounded. Like you make me feel so comforted and comfortable. And I
Aw.
remember listening to your voice, feeling that way just off the rip the first time I ever heard you. I'm like, she's like probably the girl who would you just like sit on the porch and chill and like have some coffee or tea with and just like I feel like what you see is what you get, and I really love that.
That's really, really sweet of you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you're welcome. So, this time around is so good, y'all, and I just have to sing its praises one more time. I really, honestly, I've never listened to an album with so many amazing collabs. It's like opening up a pantry where the person just went to the grocery store. You know that feeling? You're just
Oh,
like,
the fresh.
fresh, everything new that's yummy and amazing. Like one song off the shelf after the other. It's amazing. So, guys, check it out. It's so worthy of all the accolades I know it's going to get and is already getting by the time this releases. So, Colby, you're amazing. Thank you for being generous with your time. We will be doing vocal lessons.
I can't
So, we're going
wait.
to exchange numbers and we're going to get that. And guys, maybe you'll be hearing me coach Colby in some footage here coming up.
That would be awesome.
Colby, is there anything that you would want to tell singing hopefuls listening to this before we close out?
Everyone who loves to sing knows how it feels, right? It feels so good. It's just like this like feeling going through you and to try to find it to where every time you sing, it feels that way. You allow yourself to enjoy that feeling. Sometimes I'll get so nervous and distracted at places that I forget to feel like I love singing. Like the reason I want to do this is because I love it. So try to like
Oh,
remember to feel how good it feels. And
oh,
yeah.
yes. That's so good. Because it's true. Sometimes we get lost along the way of like, wait, why am I doing this? And I'm so nervous and I kind of can't wait for it to be over. But like that song is 3 to 5 minutes
Totally.
tops. And we work so hard to get to that place and then we rush off of it. So
No,
that's
it's
so
really
good.
true. Yeah, it's like I can't wait for this to be done, but like why? It's supposed to be enjoyable. So I have to remind myself of that. So that's my
Wow.
advice. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Colby, thank you so much for being on today. Guys, get this album. It is so good. And let me know in the comments what your favorite song of it was. Colby, we'll be seeing more of you, I am sure. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you,
Bye.
Tara. That was wonderful. You're so great at asking questions. I had a good time with you.